Hello, hello, Sikich social media. Welcome to Sikich Live. This is Mike DeGeeter coming to you from sunny, but unfortunately a little bit too cold Chicago, Illinois. If you haven't heard of us before, we are an accounting advisory and technology business consultancy helping to digitally transform the world we all work in. That's Sikich, and each week, if I can talk today, Sikich Live comes to you with the latest and greatest in business applications, including ERP and CRM, managed services, cybersecurity, IT infrastructure support, and so much more. Again, we're here each Thursday for Sikich Live at 2:30 Central Time. Before I bring on our guest today, I do want to remind everyone, don't be shy in Sikich Live. Add your question and comments, and they just may be featured on today's episode. Now, today's topic talks about the ways system integration can help transform your current operations. According to Statista, as of 2020, 25% of surveyed organizations worldwide reported the adoption of distributed cloud technology on a large scale, and 29% using that same distributed cloud technology on a smaller scale. And in line with increases in companies' adoption of cloud computing technologies, the worldwide revenue generated from these technologies has increased rapidly, especially in recent years. Software as a service, or SaaS, as I might say it today, is the largest segment of the global cloud computing market, with revenues of over 100 billion US dollars as of 2019. Integrating all of these obviously very popular cloud solutions is now top of mind. And to talk more about this is Justin Davis from Sikich. Welcome, Justin.
Hey, Michael. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started?
Sure. My name is Justin Davis. I am a managing consultant here at Sikich under the Salesforce division. I've been doing Salesforce work for about 10 years and a part of Sikich for a little over 2.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being here with us, Justin. Let's dive right into these integration questions. Oh, and we have a wonderful longtime listener, Joy, who sent in a comment. My favorite topic. Thanks for listening, Joy. We appreciate you being here. Justin, I'm not able to talk today, so at some point you're going to have to help me out. Let's dive right into it.
No worries.
Digital transformation is a key strategic move for many businesses today. Often, if not always, cloud solutions are a part of this. It's also common for organizations that recognize they need to digitally transform to have siloed tools and solutions. How do all of these things relate, and can you connect those dots for us?
Yeah, sure. So, if you look at, the ecosystem today and you look at, clients and employees today, they're working more and more remote. They're working from home, they're working remotely. And so, it just makes sense to have, your data in the cloud, or, having access to cloud software. That way you can easily access, the data you need and the, tools you need from any device anywhere in the world. That's definitely the way that things are trending. For example, here at Sikich, when we see, NetSuite and Salesforce run as, separate systems, some users may need CRM, some users may need ERP, but, all the users are relying on data and the capabilities of both. And, it really just makes sense to, have those systems talk to each other, really start an integration there. And, you want to make sure they don't fall out of sync. You want to make sure that, nothing is compromised there. And so it's always smart to, look at ERPs and CRMs and, integrate the two and have those systems talk together.
Absolutely. And as I talked about before, SaaS solutions or cloud solutions, although possibly slightly different, but very similar, are tremendously popular. And these popular applications include customer relationship management and enterprise resource planning software, CRM or ERP as we most commonly know it today. In what ways can integrating the CRM and ERP business application solutions really transform a business?
Sure. So when we're looking at ERP or CRM solutions, for example, NetSuite or Salesforce, when a business completes, a NetSuite and a Salesforce integration, it really enhances that client's experience and the company's experience in many ways. How the organization, performs on a daily basis. It really transforms, the company and the organization as a whole when you get those ERP and CRM systems, talking together and passing data back and forth.
Yeah. So can you dive into that a little bit more and tell us about different ways that transformation can happen there?
Sure. Yeah. One that comes to mind is, kind of giving clients ownership, allowing them to, do the things in the CRM systems that they couldn't do before, allowing them not to have to go back and forth between the systems, but, just work in one central system, allowing them and the cloud resources to get access to what they need. For example, things like invoices, project updates, or, different service support tickets, things like that. Another example would be, being available across, different channels, being able to be accessible and responsible to clients. So, you might have your ticketing system in one system, and you might have, some other data in another system, and really tying those systems together, having, visibility of both systems in one place, allowing you to channels. It's a big deal there. And another transformation would be, just creating value from information. So data can flow freely and easily back and forth between the two systems. Delivering information back and forth. NetSuite and Salesforce. There's a big benefit there of really, having those systems talk together.
Yeah. And you shared a little bit about impacting on the client experience. Can you give some insights to improvements that initially impact internal operations, but ultimately kind of ripple out to the overall client experience?
Yeah, I can. So some examples of transformations there would be like workflows. So
Mm.
accelerating workflows or business processes. So, by having different systems talk together, you're enhancing, workflows, making things, run more seamlessly, and just allowing those teams to work more efficiently. Another transformation would be kind of proactivity, kind of enabling or raising the proactivity of your different users or the clients we're working with. Allowing them to do their job a lot more efficiently, to do it more streamlined, and just giving them that visibility they need when you get that integration in place. Another example, Michael, would be like automated processes. So,
Mhm.
that'd be a big one. So you can automate frequently or infrequently, different, data points back and forth. You can have, an event in NetSuite trigger something in Salesforce, and then once that, to-do item is done, or that process isn't complete, we could send something straight back to NetSuite. And so, really allowing users in both groups to complete what they need, and then at the right time, data passing back and forth, to maybe other team or other teams in the other system.
Yeah. And it stops that it minimizes the tedious busy work, right?
It does, yeah. I mean, you don't have to, go into multiple systems, logging in, multiple systems, seeing what's going on
Mhm.
there. It really gives you that, overall picture what people really want when they go to a CRM. That whole, 360 view of their clients, their customers, and their prospects. Really,
Mhm.
just getting all the view of, what's going on here from an ERP standpoint, from, a CRM standpoint. Just having those datas, talk together really does eliminate a lot of that busy work.
Sure. So you've given a lot of great reasons of why we should integrate, of course, and I'm sure there's many more out there. And so while the benefits are clear, what are some of the business challenges or perhaps fears, use cases that you've seen and worked with, and how do you suggest handling those fears?
Yeah, sure. So integrations can, they can be scary at times. And, a lot of our clients, they trust us, and we walk them through the process. But, some of the concerns that may bubble up are things like, are we choosing the right solution? Say that they don't have a solution in place. So, we work with them to make sure and identify NetSuite and or Salesforce is a good fit for them. Also, data, that's a big, stressor for a lot of our customers. Making sure the data is going to pass back and forth during the correct cadences or time, and just making sure you have, clean data, data security, data recovery. Just overall, anything with data can be somewhat of a pain point, or can be a scary thing for clients when you talk about integrations. And then also about, transitions. Does everyone have the right skill set? Do we have, or will we get the right training we need? And that's where, you need to hire the right firm and the right consultants to not only, set the right business processes in place and set you up for success, but also get the right training on, how to use those systems. And then finally, compliance. Some of our clients, they have, industry standards or different compliance things that they must maintain or meet, and that's where we come in, and we can help alleviate those pains and safely, securely, and efficiently pass data back and forth, between those ERP and CRMs.
Sure. Yeah, I've definitely personally, or in my work, I've noticed a lot of that, a lot of concern around the best of breed or all-in-one solutions, and that's been a very interesting thing to see. And I think the cool thing about Sikich is that while we do have those all-in-one solutions, for instance, NetSuite has an ERP and a CRM solution, but the fact that we can offer two best-of-breed solutions that bring together that are brought together with a very seamless integration, right? They can work together and talk together, and it can almost seem like it is an all-in-one solution, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So for anyone who has joined us and that thinks, system integration at their organization is something to start considering, what is kind of the next steps that they need to take?
Yeah. So yes, we're very well versed, Sikich, from a consulting standpoint on, NetSuite and Salesforce. Reach out with any questions. We can help you with your CRM. Or ERP. We actually have developed something called an Empower assessment. And so Empower is it's a 3-day workshop designed to provide insight for you to successfully scope your solution, go through implementation, documenting where you are today, outlining the different steps, of where you want to be in the future. So that's that kind of Empower model, or that Empower 3-day workshop that we have.
Very cool. Well, yeah, to find more about Empower, make sure to visit our website at sikich.com. And feel free to reach out to Justin directly through LinkedIn. Send us an email at info@sikich.com. We are, of course, happy to help and talk a little bit more about what Empower is and how that 3-day workshop really works. We want to empower your organization. Am I right? Anybody? So my joke of the day is done. And that also means that we are done with Sikich Live. So Justin, thanks so much for joining us. I have no more questions for you. Again, visit sikich.com to learn more, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.